There is an epidemic that is sweeping our nation. Roughly 3/4 of film actors in 2014 were white. This disease is one that works in two ways, both of which are powerful but in different senses of the name. Parasitically strengthening some, while in turn weakening most, it grants some the utmost power and doesn't allow the rest to get close. The strong become stronger and the weak ever weaker. A glass escalator we're all in, but some journeys go higher. Those who are affected by this epidemic in what seems to be positively so, will gladly take this escalator ride and far up they will go. However, while one side goes up, the other must go down, and this is the fork in the road where the epidemic begins to make itself known. Some are on this escalator when their journeys come to a halt. They hit a glass ceiling that prevents them from getting to the top. Here they stand, looking up to those higher, watching their journeys continue and wondering why they cannot go with. But then they look closely at those rising and something suddenly clicks. Those who travel higher on their escalator ride are one and the same. They have a certain identity that only lucky ones can claim. One that since the foundation of our country has been the star of the game. The people who rise high on this glass escalator are the dominants. They are white, straight, and male, but have no other traits that are prominent. So why do only these people rise, but the rest are sent back down? Take a look at the media and maybe you'll know. A variety investigation into new scripted shows for the 2016 and 17 season reveals that 90% of showrunners are white and almost 80% are male. The little content of minority groups that the media does feature often portrays them in stereotypical ways, reducing the value of their identities. The media is like a bully, targeting already marginalized groups to make those at the top ever more powerful. With representations like these groups have a small chance at ever being deemed equal. The media reflects heteronormativity, in which of these 80% of male showrunners, only 4% represent the LGBTQ community. And of this small number of LGBTQ characters, 73% of them are white. This signals to TV viewers that these problems are only important when their victims are Caucasian, which indeed is not always the case. Entertainment is meant to be mindless, and its producers know this. They know that we'll turn on the TV and absorb anything that we see. What we see is cultural hegemony that robs minorities of a voice. The images portrayed on television are often internalized by their viewers. When these images depict Western hegemonic beliefs of white dominance, such unjust ideologies may be further ingrained in the public eye, resulting in more racist attitudes and a smaller circle of acceptance in our society. The fact that the majority of LGBTQ characters on television are white may be the result of an accumulation of unconscious decisions not intended to inflict any harm upon minority groups, which is why I am attempting to bring consciousness to such extensive choices. My perception of the underrepresentation of colored LGBTQ people is that being gay or transsexual is a white person problem and should be acknowledged as such. If I, a white woman, perceive the neglection of colored people in the media in such a way, I cannot help but wonder how such people feel. We should begin to question all of this ethnocentrism that isn't real. It's pushed on us by the media, by power-hungry people at the top, who keep the cycle of oppression from coming to a stop. But we don't have to sit and support these nationalist sources. We can begin to find our own. Seek sources of entertainment that are diverse and be brave to stand alone. To speak out against the social norms we've never really questioned. Let's speak up against oppression and teach everyone a lesson.